Alright, hello. I ended up killing Mythic Pantheon on Mythic last night and it ended up being the rank 6 Frost Mage parse, so thought that was pretty decent. So I figured I'd upload a kind of like video guide on it with my gameplay over it. So this fight, it's double legendary. You're going to want to be playing Necrolord, Slick Ice, because that is the cleave build with Necrolord and what you'll be playing in pretty much every single raid fight. You'll be playing Marileth because that's your single target and typically better cleave as well option. Though I could see if people are playing Hymir, but I think most people are into playing Marileth. I'm going to delay my opener just a second or so here. So I'm not going to precast any Frost Bolts. And the reason for that is I want my Comet Storm to actually hit both the bosses and get the full 10% damage buff on them. Here, I'm going to blink away from the boss and rune. The main reason, or towards the boss, I mean. And the main reason for this is the Ritualist just spawned, as you can see. So the green stuff is going to start coming from the center. I want to be as far away as from that as possible, so I can keep just spamming my Frost Bolts, have a little happy life. Though I did, have a little brain freeze there. I can't say that though. I meant like an actual brain freeze, not like flurry. God, I forgot that was a Frost Mage mechanic. Anyway, so you can see I'm gonna re-ice veins here right before this Comet Storm when the bosses are about 70% HP, because that will ensure that I'm gonna have my Icy Veins back up in time for the second phase. And you can see I don't really have to touch the rituals at all, as in I haven't even looked at them. And that's because we have 3 Boomkins and a Affliction Warlock. We kind of, put them in so that their sole purpose was to kill the ritualists alone. Though Affliction certainly does a lot of boss damage as well, and so does the one Venthyr Druid we do have, who we have gain PI. So, like I said, the bosses are phasing right here. My Icy Veins is coming back up. So now I'm gonna want to kind of shade myself towards the center of the room, because if I get the Night Hunter on me, I'm gonna have to potentially go very far away. But to start off, I'm gonna use this Brain Freeze to move, so I'm not losing DPS. So I'm gonna backpedal while casting Brain Freeze. You can see the seeds are coming out in 5 seconds. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm not gonna re-rune here, in case I do get the Night Hunter. I don't, so I rune here. I'm fine to use all my cooldowns. And now, since I didn't get the Night Hunter, I literally have nothing to worry about for a full minute until Denathrius, or Absolution, whatever he's called, casts his Hand of Destruction ability to pull me in. And that I'm just going to alter. So I'm just going to start pumping. Use as many Frost Bolts as I can, right? So want to minimize any movement I have to do. I'm kind of trying to move during Brain Freeze. If I see one of those tornadoes coming for me, I want to be, not in its path. They of course designed them to not be predictable, it seems. Either that or, my brain just can't handle their movement. I don't know. It is. An important thing to mention though, my Deathborn's coming up in 10 seconds. I'm not going to use it. This is a fight where on Mythic where you could get 3 Deathborns out. Generally that's the fight timers that people have been having. However, you're only going to get like maybe 20-30 seconds. I'll look at it now actually, because I never looked at it before looking at our kill. So, but when I tested using it in Prague, it didn't seem like it was worth it to Deathborn. You don't want to be where I am because the tanks have a frontal and the DNC's like trying to panic avoid me. So anyway, I'm also not going to re-icy veins here because the bosses are at 58%, which is very low. The main reason I was holding my Deathborn, right, is you're going to lust at the start of the next phase pretty much immediately, and that is going to have 4 target cleave. So that's very big damage. Does look like if I casted it right when it came up, I would have gone a full duration on it. I would have needed to do something tricky to re-icy veins again during that, however, to keep my icy veins up the whole time, because I spent that last like 15-20 seconds without icy veins. So But the third Deathborn you'd get would not be very valuable because this fight gets very panicked later on. So this is now, 3+ target cleave, so I'm just going to ignore my Ice Lance procs and just Frostbolt. Lots of Frostbolts. If you're wondering why I'm Ice Lancing, it's because, still not used to it. And I still want to press Ice Lance when I see a shiny button, so. Here I failed to queue my Flurry for a few, so I overwrit a Flurry proc. I'm also, I am on the boss kick rotation. I should have Ice Lance here twice instead of Flurry or Frostbolting just because we have this movement pushing us back. You can see if I get another Flurry proc while I'm targeting someone with a Frostbolt Shatter, I'll just swap targets because 3-target Flurry Cleave means it doesn't matter really where or which target has my Flurry on it. It's probably gonna get hit by my Frostbolt. Now we're in Slick Ice normal gameplay. This is 4 targets, so I'm gonna cast Blizzard. Here I blink and the game sucks, so it bugs out. It knocks me back because I blink through the animal. The hand is coming up in 6 seconds, right? That's the main thing that you want to watch out for. That's what sends out those projectiles, and also, it's going to displace you like that, but you just alter it generally. So now I'm going to want to get back to where I can cleave all the bosses. I do want to be wary of getting hit by these red things. Getting hit by one of them is pretty much a death sentence on Mythic. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I am on the kick rotation for the boss, so I have been kicking the boss, or War at least, who's one of the bosses in P1 this whole time, so. I'm also using the Finesse Conduit, where when you cast Invisibility, your movement speed's increased by like 100% for 6 seconds, and that's a really good use on this fight if you're having trouble with positioning and you find yourself like unable to run over to where you need to get the Night Hunters to be. I didn't end up using it in this fight, so it actually would have been better, I guess, for me to have the Interrupt Finesse Conduit on. That's alright. It's kind of the first time we killed the boss, so I was confused, or I was hitting one that was immune, but yeah. Anyway, there we go. I got no loot. So, but yeah, that was nice. We managed to re-clear the first 4 bosses, or kill 2 extra bosses and re-clear the first 4 in 3 hours of our raid night on Tuesday, which was really nice. And then we managed to get Mythic Pantheon down this week as well. So that gives me, 2 vault options for Mythic, which maybe I'll actually do a vault opening video next week for like, it'll be like 2 minutes long or something. But maybe I do have a lot of options there, so. Now we're on Live in Prague. I did stream this, which somehow, this is the second time I'm recording this, and I also forgot to mention it in the previous one. Somehow I forgot to mention it here. It's pretty obvious I streamed it, right, because of the Twitch chat in the left. But yeah, twitch.tv/Manather Mage if you want to check that out. I typically stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at like 9 p.m. So that's our raid nights, the Wednesdays and off night. And that's typically heroic. And then I stream Mythic Plus afterwards. So for this particular one, which was on Thursday, I stream Mythic Plus for like 4.5 hours afterwards. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below.